a shot off before they turn it over. Greyhounds will have the chance to put the first points on the board. Andrew Owens and Carson Windland out high. Luke Heddy also out there. Back to Owens, over to Heddy. Windland back in the corner to Suter. Andrew Owens launches the three, and he gets it. Good start for the Greyhounds. They're ahead 3-0. The other thing that the Royals have got to do, Perry, is they've got to, and they already did it on their first possession, they've got to avoid the turnovers. Last night in the game against Fishers, the Tigers, they turned the ball over on their first 4 possessions and didn't even get on the board until late in the first quarter. Going to have a foul called here, and it looks like Vinny Busilla will be going to the line. I think that's going to go against Luke Heddy.
Heddy got in foul trouble last night, and the fourth quarter spent a lot of time sitting on the bench.
So Vinny Busilla gets the field goal. Try for the three-point play here.
And he did well. You know, that's why he's a head coach, and he took his players out on defensive purposes, which is smart. You want him to get that third foul, but when there was a dead ball on offense, put them back in and insert them. He trusts them enough to not get an offensive foul driving to the basket. Nice shot by Corey Jackson and Eckel and Williams.
Well, it is halftime here on Indiana SRN. We're going to step aside, send it back to the studio. When we come back, we've got the second half here at Sectional 43 at Speedway High School on Indiana Sports Radio Network.
That'll be Logan Theobald. And that's the first of the ball game against him.
Well, the official gives him the call because once you lower that shoulder from an offensive perspective, you typically get that offensive call, and that's what the officials called.
So Morristown with the 2-0 lead here in the opening minute of this sectional championship game. The winner advances to the Martinsville Regional next Saturday. We'll try to keep an eye on the scores coming out of the other sectional that they'll be playing. They'll play the winner of the Greenwood Christian Providence Cristo Ray game. Another turnover here. And here comes Morristown to the hoop and got it. And once again, that is Theobald getting his first couple of points, averaging 8.4 per game. And the lead goes to 4-0 just like that.
Well, Morristown will make you pay if you do not make crisp passes. They'll turn it into the transition in a hurry.
Sam Johnson with the basketball for the Hauser Jets. 12-13 ball club, as we mentioned. Defensively, that's their big issue, Jan. They can score 61.5, but they give up 62, almost 63 points a game.
Yeah, they don't rebound real well.
Now we'll set the offense for New Albany. And he's fouled in there by Franklin. Franklin going for the steal, bumps into Stevenson. He's going to pick up his first, and that is the team's first.
Well, much like Jeffersonville did to Bedford last night, any high post screen, they're going to jump off of that and try to trap.
Getting the basketball in, that's Stevenson. Throws it in to Chris Johnson, and Johnson will walk it up for the Bulldogs. Just underway here. We played 2.5 minutes. We've had 2 shots taken so far. Johnson almost loses the basketball. Now gives it up to Hurrigan on the baseline. That's Sprigler into Thomas. Thomas goes up and scores. Nice play by the Bulldogs.
Nice pass.
Jones comes down. He gives it up to Coleman. Coleman now gets it out to Starks. Starks looks inside for Coleman. Here comes the double team.
Yep.
And what'd you call that, the monster?
Yeah, I don't know if that's, they are playing man, so they're probably monstering on Coleman.
Out front, Franklin with the basketball. He's going to take the three. It's on the way. It's no good, and Thomas clears the boards for the Bulldogs. Stevenson back down with it. Johnson, 15-footer's good.
Ooh, nice looking jump shot.
And with a timeout, that's Joe Luce. He calls a timeout for Jeffersonville with
Robert Fry is in the game for the Greyhounds now. Here's one from the corner by Suter for 3. He misses. Good defensive rebound there by Chris Grubbs. Grubbs looks like he's going to try to go end-to-end. Doesn't go end-to-end. Morris with a 3-point try. That one bounces in and out.
There's another
the Royals get another offensive rebound. That's several they've had down at this end already, Perry. Block there, and that one is going to go on Windland. That's going to be his first. Going to be the 4th team foul already on the Greyhounds. This is starting out just the opposite of what happened last night to the Greyhounds when they were playing the Fishers Tigers. The Greyhounds came out aggressive and put the Tigers in foul trouble. Majok with the rebound taken away from him. Windland brings it down, almost loses it. Drives, spins, gets it to Malloy. Malloy takes the shot. He traveled. First turnover of the game for the Greyhounds. 3:56 remaining in the first quarter. Greyhounds ahead 5-4 over the Hamilton Southeastern Royals here from the Eric Clark Activity Center. Sectional 8 basketball on Hamilton County Television. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hauser won it with a 3-point field goal with about 3 seconds to go in the overtime session. Here's a steal again, and here comes Morristown to the driving layup, and Lester's got 7 points already in this game.
Man, he's the real deal. He just continues where he left off from last year, and you've got to double him up, which that can cause some problems, but I don't think Hauser can allow him just to beat him on his own.
It's 12-0 ball game. This game very early on getting out of hand as far as Hauser's concerned. They do get inside. The first shot is off the rim, and the rebound comes off once again to Morristown. So here come the Yellow Jackets again. This time the shot is no good. The rebound is taken down inside. Morristown averages just under 26 rebounds a game, 25.7. And we're at the 3.5-minute mark of the opening period of this sectional championship game. Sectional number 60. Southwestern Shelbyville is where we are located tonight in front of a capacity crowd. Here's another turnover by Hauser. That's 4 already in the game. And we'll get a traveling violation, so Morristown gives it right back.
Well, the problem with Hauser, no movement. You cannot not move against Morristown. They're too quick defensively. You're looking at a team that only gives up around 46, 47 points a ball game, and you've got to make them play hard defense.
Hauser on Oldenburg last night jumped up to a 21-9 lead at the half. Into the third quarter, they led 23-9. They were dominant through the first 3+ quarters. And here's the first bucket of the ball game by Trey Johnson for Hauser. He had 6 points in the game last night that win. The game was tied last night at 29. Oldenburg outscored Hauser 20-6 in that second quarter. Laster again.
Man, I'm just telling you, give this guy any room at all, and he has confidence off the chart.
He has 10 of the 15 points scored by Morristown so far. We mentioned his average is 20.6 per game, and the lead goes to 13 at 15-2. Check the personal foul.
I like the drive by Trey Johnson, and the more Hauser can get to the free throw line.
It's his first and the team's second. Coleman at the charity stripe. He'll have 2. He misses the front end. Into the basketball game once again. That's Mason. He's our first replacement. He's in for Franklin. Coleman will have the second of the 2-shot foul. And that one rims out also. Well, that's one thing we talked about last night, and that was the fact that Jeff did not hit their free throws real well. That was about the only thing they didn't do well.
Well, they were hitting jump shots, but, the free throw line was not kind to them last night.
Stevenson works with the basketball, the hero of last night's game. Sprigler. Hurrigan with the basketball. Trey gives it up to Stevenson. Stevenson takes it down the middle, spins, goes up, and the ball falls in, and he's fouled.
Well, they've got Jacob Jones trying to guard the bigger Stevenson player, and I'm not sure why Derek just doesn't go down on the block and give me the ball down here.
Stevenson's free throws all the way. It's good. He completes the 3-point play. The foul was on Trey Coleman. That's Coleman's first and the team's second, and New Albany moves up to a 5-point lead at 9-4. Starks with it out front, takes it in, gives it up to Mason. Mason goes cross court to Coleman. Coleman takes it on the baseline. That's where he likes to go with it, and he brings it back out to Jones. Jones looks for the shot and has the ball knocked away in there by Johnson. We've got a foul in there as Starks goes to the basket. And they're going to call it a 2-shot foul. The foul is on Stevenson, and Stevenson, he picks up his first personal. That's the Bulldogs' third, and with 2 minutes exactly to go here in the first, it's Starks at the charity stripe for 2. First one rims out, no good.
Well, they're 0 for 3. Good matchup here tonight, Dave, with Jacob Jones and Chris Johnson on each other. That's just quick on quick, and that's going to be a fun matchup all night long.
Seguin by Starks, and it's no good too, and Stevenson cleared.
All of the Royals' points so far.
Windland off the
try to
mark.
match up that 3. Royals put it back in. Malloy tries the jump shot. He gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line for a pair. Aaron Etherington picks up the foul for the Royals. That's going to be the 4th team foul, first on Etherington. John Michael Malloy will go to the line to shoot 2. Shoots 71% from the free throw line. First one is up for Malloy. It's in. His first points of the night. Malloy averages just over 14 points. Of course, not telling you anything nobody doesn't already know. Malloy will be playing down in Hinkle Fieldhouse for Butler University next year.
Hey, Brad, for those basketball junkies, by it being championship night here in the sectionals, Hamilton County TV is also having a game day, which there's 4 different games on one channel on Hamilton County TV. So if you want to follow some of the games around the state, check it out on HCTV.
Well, I know our friend Jan Bozier and Jerry Baker down at Southwestern there by Shelbyville. They're doing a game there. So
here's Laster getting inside again.
Hey, did you see how high he elevates when he shoots that jump shot?
And that'll take it through the first quarter of play. And so far, it has been all Morristown. After 1.
Too timid to shoot the 3. You're going to be open a couple times. You need to get the ball inside shooter's hands so you can knock down the 3.
Sophomore might be starting to feel the pressures of the basketball game a little bit. He is normally money from the line. He's struggled a bit so far tonight. Misses the second free throw, but the lead is back down to 8. Brent Young and C.J. Benberry and Harrison Eckel a little bit far out of his comfort range. He was fantastic in that semifinal, 21 points before fouling out. Now it's Smith looking to find the answer, and Willoughby, when there is a way, there is a Willoughby. I liked it. Heritage back on offense.
I didn't know where you were going with that one.
Still nursing the 6-point lead.
If you notice there, you saw Eckel not really contest that shot inside the paint. Didn't want to pick up that 3rd foul early in this 3rd quarter. Smart.
Other side, same result for Andrew Williams.
He's starting to heat up. He's 2 for 2 from the 3-point line this quarter. And just the same play, just on the opposite side. Speedway has to do a better job closing out on Williams.
You know, they say deuce is wild, but I would say ace is wild. Then 1-1-11. Andrew Williams knocks down 2 deep boys. Now a shot, and Duran was right underneath Drew Valentine. Just a smart play by Drew.
And again, they call that foul. I'm going to go back to this Williams 3 throw real quick again. Same result from the middle, swing over to the far side, inside the bench. You see him show some excitement there looking at the bench. But on that foul there by Duran, they called it because he didn't allow Valentine to land on his feet. You have to allow the shooter to land once he goes up for a jump shot there.
Drew Valentine's not going to miss a pair anymore. If statistics stand true.
Jones. Indeed they are. That's number 1 on him, and the 14th foul. Now it's Morristown.
But I like
Sean Miller goes to the line.
Big, I like the attack mode from the standpoint. It's now 14 fouls against the Yellow Jackets. You're a Hauser fan. Once again, I like the offense.
Miller in last night's game was 2 out of 4. He has 3 points. He had 8 points in last night's game. It's 1 out of 2 free throws. And it's a 22-9 basketball game at the moment. Morristown in no particular hurry right now. In the first quarter, by the way, if you're wondering, Logan Lasser had 15 points, including 3 3-pointers and 3 2-pointers. It's up to 15, doesn't it, big guy?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, thank you.
You're right on cue as always.
7:15 to play, second quarter of play. And here is number 22, the 6-foot senior. Played in 23 games this year. Inside rebound, put right back up again, and this time it goes to Kyle Krim. Krim in the scorebook for the first time.
And what happened there is he didn't force. He had his shot, didn't force it, took his time, got his own rebound, put it back in.
6:45 to go in the first half of this ball game. 24-9 your lead now in favor of Morristown. Jen mentioned they're the defending Class A state champions. Last year, they defeated Southwood 89-60 for that championship. They were 28-2 a year ago. They are right now 21-4. Last year, by the way, their first 21 season since night.
Jeff comes down. We're going to have a foul, a blocking foul. I believe it's going to be called on Stanton. Yep. Stanton is called for his first personal foul. That'll be New Albany's 5th. Back into the lineup is Franklin as Fairman had come in to start the second quarter. He comes back out, and Franklin comes back in for the Red Devils. Jones inbounds the basketball. He gets it in to Coleman, and Coleman takes it down, has the ball knocked away but picked up by Jones. Jones works it out to Starks. That Starks shot, it's on the way, it's good.
Stepping right into that jump shot.
Well, I've said Starks, I think, is their best three-point shooter.
You've said that all year that we've been doing this, and he hits that one.
And it's all tied, 15-15. Hurrigan at the top of the key, gives it out to Biven, and Biven gets it up to Stevenson. There's a long one by Stanton. It's off, no good, and down with it is Franklin. He gives it to Jones, and we come back down the other way. Quickly to Starks. Starks lets another 3 go. This one, no good, and down with the rebound, that is Stevenson. Stevenson, over it comes to Stanton and back over to Stevenson. Stevenson works with it out front and brings it back out to Stanton, and we'll set the offense up once again for the Bulldogs. Biven with the basketball. Hurrigan, spin, can't get it to go, fight for the rebound. Thomas comes away with it, lays it back up, and it drops in.
Tell you what, Thomason's having
the ball up, misses. That one's taken by the Greyhounds initially. Goes out of bounds. Which way is it going to go here? It's going to go to the Greyhounds. The official, who was right in front of the play, could not see what happened there, and he asked for some help from the baseline official. Good job of those guys collaborating there and getting the call right. Eddie brings it down to Karsten Windland, back to Windland. Owens thought about a 3. Hetty thought about the 3. Windland out high, he drives. That's an offensive foul on Karsten Windland, and he's picked up his second foul, number 6 on the Greyhounds here in the first half. Aaron Etherington is coming back into the game. Vinny Busilla will get a rest.
His name here in the second half. Speedway's definitely need the shooting of him.
Not a great pass as it goes all the way down to pinball effect, and Drew Valentine takes it coast to coast, and he is fouled hard. But you know what? Just a brilliant job, resiliency by this 5'7" sophomore. You know, you say he was fouled hard, but if he was 6'3", it would be a common foul. Yeah. But he just throws his body around, has high maximum effort, pound for pound, a brilliant player.
And you got to love that. Again, smallest guy on the court, just like Jake Duran. He gives you all this effort. Same thing for Drew Valentine. A little shaken up after that hard fall. They're going to call it just a common foul. I believe it's going to go on Otterburn. That's going to be his first personal, if I'm correct. But Drew Valentine, again, he scored most of their points here in the second half. He's keeping them single-handedly in this game. Otherwise, here, just Christian would have run away here in this third quarter.
And you know what? You look back up at the scoreboard as he knocks down the second one, if he does.
Turnovers. Nice spuddy fake inside.
Great ball fake.
And Theobald gets his 11th point of the game.
Great ball fake, Big.
And the lead back up to 30-17. In the white uniforms, Hausers, Jets. Morristown, Yellow Jackets in the yellow. And Austin Cord now with his second field goal, the first of which was a three, so 5 points for him. Will try the three from long range by Theobald, won't fall. Rebound comes up into the hands of 42, Trey Johnson.
Well, as good as Morristown it shoots the basketball, and they shoot it pretty well, 57%.
Oh, but somebody went to sleep defensively, and Sean Miller comes up with his 5th point of the quarter, 7th in the game.
This been get a little run for Hauser, down to 9, lead for Morristown.
They've got into a working situation right now.
And they continue to attack. Morristown's got to stop that dribble drive.
One of your goals when you're down like they were 16 is to get it in single digits, and that's where they've got it right now. They move the ball well. There's a traveling violation called on Morristown, their 4th turnover.
Boy, this is a team who usually runs on all cylinder, and all of a sudden the last 4 possessions, Big, they've come away empty-handed.
Sawyer Jones back onto the court now for Morristown. And we're down to 3:12 to go in this first half.
Down 9. If I'm Hauser, man, I want another one of those great dribble drives if I can manufacture it here.
Jen, they're making some headway right
Yes,
in there,
sir.
going right in the middle. And Johnson now with 8 points.
Absolutely, Big. And they're a little bit taller inside, quite honestly, and they're taking advantage of that right now.
So they have cut that 16-point lead down to 7.
You know, Morristown, their defense is kind of their offense. They just score so many points, they force you to match it, and they've come away empty-handed.
Behind the back dribble, and the basket is good by Kyle Krim. Krim now with a couple of buckets.
In the first half. And he goes over the back.
Coleman with the basketball. He drives on the left-hand side, looks for inside, gives it to Starks. Starks puts it up and in. Nice cut in there by Darren Starks.
Yep.
And we're tied again. You have the feeling this game is kind of going the way last night's game went. We've got a New Albany timeout. We've got timeout here on the court.
Nice job there. He's having a heck of a second half, Brent. He already has 12 points here in the second half, scored 8 in the first half total.
Herky jerky. Big time take. Free throw, good. Andrew Williams doing all he can to propel his team to the regionals. 48-41. Drive and dish. Drew Valentine, the sophomore, now wide open 3-ball, miss. Jake Turan with the rebound, and the entire fan section wants it and one. Instead, how about that flip of emotion? Speedway, what? Heritage Christian, yes. Response on the other end, nothing. Andrew Williams, it is a 5-on-2 fast break, and it's a charge. Probably should have given that one up, CJ.
Good move, smart move by Williams, but, you saw what he wanted to do. He had a 3-on-1, so, yeah, you would have liked to see him pass that ball there, but you saw him slow down just a little bit because he knew.
Front. Hurrigan looks inside, gives it up to Thomas. Thomas drives down, makes a nice move, has it blocked in there by Lovings-Watts. And here comes Jeff on the run. Nice spin in there by Jones, and he's fouled by Chris Johnson.
And that's his first personal, and the Bulldogs will be shooting free throws here. Or the Red Devils will be shooting free throws here.
At the charity stripe, that is going to be Jacob Jones. He'll have 2 free ones. The foul is called on Chris Johnson. That is his first. And the team's 7th, so now Jeff is in the bonus. This is a 2-shot foul.
Right.
As Jones hits the front end of that 2-shot foul, and Jeff now back in front. Second one by Jones on the way. It's also good. And Jeff now has reeled off 6 unanswered points. They lead the Bulldogs by 2. Bevan brings it up across the line for the Bulldogs. Looks inside, but there's nothing there. Good defense. We thought we'd have great defense. We sure did last night. Stevenson, nothing on the baseline, and he brings it back out front.
Harrigan's got a mismatch down here on the block.
Yeah, he does. He's got Starks on him. And there's about a half-foot difference.
Now they're going to switch back.
Yeah. Stevenson gives a little shove to Starks.
Just a little love tap.
Yeah, that's all it is. Hey, these teams love each other.
Low.
We all know that. There it is.
Nice,
and dunking the basketball is Jordan Thomas.
Nice look on the inside, a little high-low, and the big boy knows what to do with it.
Looks like we've...
Malloy looking for help. Windland drives, but he traveled. No, before he traveled, there's a timeout being called by the Greyhounds. I thought they were going to call him for a travel, Perry.
That's Sam Johnson with 6 points for them in this quarter, and we're down to the final seconds of the first half of this fast-flowing game. 37-27 the score, and that's going to take us to the end of the first half.
Williams with the yo-yo, passes it up, down low, McCauley. 3 ball. Arterburn can't find it. He did have a great start to the ball game, and now McCauley Nolan. Effort. Premium.
He's giving them some good minutes off the bench, Bryn. And again, he didn't play yesterday, so when you haven't played in a couple games, you might be a little rusty off the bench. He missed a couple layups there and had one slip away, but overall his effort has been there, and that's what Coach Jackson preaches. You give me your effort, the hard work's going to pay off in the end. That time, hustling to get a rebound, knocked it off the Speedway player when he was about to fall out of bounds. Nice shot there by Nolan.
Reese Johnson will check back in. He gave them really good minutes in the foul-riddled first half. Just a tad under this, as it's going to be worked inbounds by Will Christie.
I also want you to see, Bryn, watch for the high-low. They've been trying to find that where they find Nolan inside the free throw line, then Eckel down low. Watch for that here. They might try to go with that same play.
Eckel with the ball will hand it off to Christie. Christie has had a phenomenal game. See what he goes with, the dribble and the pass. Long baseline 2 is missed. Speedway spark plug will not go away. We've been stuck on this 50-41 score for quite some time.
Again, there's that 1-2-2. So you see how the defense moves. The wing's going to come out there, and now the big steps up to the 3. They can bring Christie over to double if they want, if they believe Valentine is a good enough shooter.
Drew Valentine, look at that. Could not finish at the rim, but he was able to cut right through the zone. Grabs his miss, down to 70 seconds in this third quarter. Ball whipped around the perimeter. Heritage Christian left them wide open behind.
And you saw that. Everyone, they had 4 players drift over to that far side corner, and that allows the far guy to cut to the basket. All you have to do is make a nice pass. That time Speedway, nice job finding the wide open cutter baseline.
Garrett Oath brings.
Pete Suter was there on Hornbuckle. Royals probably will be content to hold this thing for about another 25 or 30 seconds unless they get a really good shot here and try to take the last shot of the half. Bradley Beeman in that corner there. Beeman drives, takes it back out. Here's Grubbs, 17 on the clock. In the corner to Busilla. Busilla for a 3. He misses. And that one is going to, I believe
Suter.
That's going to against Carmel. I think number 10, Pete Suter, is going to pick that one up. That's his 8th. And that's going to put Chris Grubbs at the line. Grubbs a 70% free throw shooter.
You know, Brad, out there right now for the Royals, all those guys will be back next season.
Yep. Grubbs gets the front end, picks up his 6th point of the night.
Between Morris and Grubbs, I mean, they can jump out of the gym, too. They're
Yes.
big, strong, athletic players.
Grubbs with his 2nd. That one misses and rebounded by Landon Morris, but they're saying that Morris shoved off on Andrew Owens. So Morris picks up his 1st. That's going to be the 8th 18 foul of the half. And that's going to put number 20, Andrew Owens, at the line. So all of 0.5 of a second went off the clock, and Owens will have a 1-and-1 try. He's a 63% free throw shooter. Misses the first, rebounded by the Royals. Looks like that one's going to go on John Michael Malloy. And are we ever going to get this last 10 seconds or so of this quarter in here? That's going to put Chris.
This last 10 seconds is going to last 30 minutes.
Chris Grubbs will go back to the line for 1-and-1. Carmel putting their
shooters in,
3-point shooters in. I'm surprised they didn't take Malloy out of there rather than risk that third foul on him. Grubbs at the front end of the 1-and-1. He gets it. Same thing he did last time. He was up there with a 1-and-1, got the first, but ended up missing the second. Second shot by Grubbs is good. So Chris Grubbs gets both ends there. Royals will make a substitution here, a defensive substitution, bringing Brandon Miller in off the bench. Luke Hetty setting up the play for the under the basket. An easy layup there. That was just too easy for Pete Suter. And that is the end of the first 16 minutes, first half. Carmel Greyhounds up by 3, 20.
Like this, a tight game like this, those are precious timeouts that you want to save till late in the fourth quarter if you need them.
Because this game appears to be going down to the wire just like the one we had last night, which I could probably count 3 or 4 games on my one hand, and that game would be in there.
Oh, that was a fantastic game last night.
It's just what you dream about. It's the last play on that in the movie Hoosiers, and you hit the winning shot. It's what every kid in Indiana dreams about, and Derek Stevenson got to live it last night.
Yeah, he did.
Ball's bobbled in there by Hurrigan. He gets it to Bevan. Bevan's three-pointer on the way. No good. Jordan lays it up and in. Does it count?
Yeah, it counts.
It went in. He got it on the offensive rebound. Jordan Thomas tips the basketball up and in, and the officials discuss it, but they count it.
And another offensive board, but Andrew Williams will not miss. He will not miss.
The senior said, everyone calm down. Let's slow things down a little bit. I got us. Knock down a cold-blooded 3.
He said, I am still on this basketball team for the rest of the season. Shot at the line, no good. Devin Valentine says he was fouled. No call.
And he might have been fouled there by Eckel. He put his hand up. Looked like he might have got hit on the arm there. Refs didn't see it. Right now, momentum starting to swing a little bit towards Heritage Christian as they want to talk it over a little bit.
Corey Jackson will take a timeout. We'll see if it's a full or a 30. It's going to be a full, so we'll step aside. It is an 8-point advantage for Heritage.
Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
You're good at you. You've been you for years. And we're good at your insurance. You're good at laundry basketball. We're good at your insurance. You're good at stopping a gas pump.
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting.
Back up by 8.
CJ, this is a moment in time with Heritage Christian a chance to go back up by double digits. A defensive stop is needed because this is one of those games where in the previous game against Park Tudor, it was a game of runs, a game where you kind of felt where you were never out of it. And this one, it seems like a 10-point advantage would be very hard to come back from. And Eckel uses strength, to force up a shot, and he'll head to the free throw line for a couple of easy ones.
That time, Eckel didn't get a double team. Most of the time, Speedway has a guy maybe floating back and forth between do they want to double team Eckel or not. That time, Coach Bennett decided to have Eckel go one-on-one. He hasn't had the game that we expect him to have. He only has 8 points so far. Again, he has been riddled with foul trouble in that first half. Didn't really look for a shot there in the second half, or in the third quarter at least. He scored 4 points, but yesterday he scored, I believe, 21 points, and he had a huge second half. A lot of those where Williams was looking up and finding his teammates, so we'll see if he can get back on track.
And Eckel misses them both from the line. Free throws have been a struggle for both sides, and they're going to call a foul on the rebound. That's going to be Will Christie's 4th foul, and that's also going to send from one side of the court 90 feet to the other side of the court. Free throws with the clock stopped.
Well, just like yesterday, Park Tudor, a good free throw shooting team, and Heritage Christian didn't want to foul and put them on the line. Same exact scenario tonight against Speedway. Speedway, a good free throw shooting team. Every time they shoot free throws, they get points and the clock is stopped. Not what Heritage Christian wants. So if you're Coach Jackson, if it's inside the paint, questionable call, let them get the basket. We can take some time off the clock.
Wow. And Alex Moore, who was hitting shots from Indianapolis, just missed the front end of a 1-and-1. The foul is called off the catch. This one will be against Devin Valentine. They aren't close to the penalty. They've got another foul to give, only 5 team fouls, and also only, I believe, the first foul against Devin Valentine. So Williams looking to find somewhere to go, close to a 5-second call, but he does get the ball inbounded, and it will be slowed down as a handoff coming around the bend is Andrew Williams. Williams passes off to Duran, and now a great find, and Arterburn, instead of taking another step in, has the ball tipped around and picked up by Kyle Smith. Fast break, Drew Valentine, Euro, good! And the foul. Wow.
He's playing big, Brent. He's, again, the smallest guy on the court, but he's playing big. He's down there trying to get rebounds inside the paint. That time on the free throw, thought he was going to do the guard move, pull up off the fast break. That time decided to do a Euro step. And he gets a chance to complete the and one. He's
on about a 10-footer that bounces once, bounces twice, no good, and the rebound comes off to Will Trotter. And here comes Morris, comes Hauser again. Trying to back his way in, may have traveled and got by with it, and gets the bucket. Trey Johnson now with 10.
I love the move on Johnson. I wasn't watching the feed, but it looked like the extra little movement there, but the official didn't see it.
Inside, there you go, Jan. Laster now with 21. That's good. Right at his scoring average.
You know, there's good shooters and good scorers, and he's kind of both.
Yeah. Crowd kind of quiet right now as Morristown has kind of taken the spin out of the game. We're going to get a foul called on Laster. Over the shoulder, number 2 on Logan.
Well, I think it's a pretty good call. Hauser clearly had the inside position. Now, here's the difference. There is rebounding behind the back and there's on the back. If you go straight up and you're behind, doesn't create a foul. A lot of people always think just because you're behind, that's a foul. You need to make contact on the back, that's a foul.
Well, the way this gym is set up tonight, every foul call is going to be 50% approve and 50% disliking.
That's why officials never any fun. You're always 50% wrong.
Hauser turns it over, and then so does Morristown.
No call there.
Miller went charging into the hoop, and that brought the Morristown fans to their feet. We're sitting in the Morristown section, by the way.
Well, let's just put it like that. If any of the Morristown people were sleeping, they are not now because they were not happy with a couple of calls, and we're sitting right in the middle of them.
Fouls on Sam Johnson. Jackson Paradise comes back into the lineup. And, Jan, they rely a lot on Paradise, the 6'1 junior, although we didn't have much last night. 6 points. He did not score in the first half of this game. Need to get him in the flow of things. 5.5 to go in the first opening minutes here of this third quarter. Three-pointer from deep left side. It's an air ball. Here's the outlet pass. This is Paradise right up here, right on cue. He will get the bucket and draw the foul on Theobald. That'll be 3 on Logan.
Yeah, Morristown should have let that one go. He's clearly a mismatch size.
It's of Devin Valentine, the senior brother of the two.
They've gone back to a man-to-man, so look for them to switch on the perimeter, as you see right there. So now Duran on the smaller defender inside the paint. Speedway's got to recognize that a little sooner.
Deep three. Wow! Sophomore! Big shot by Valentine and a full timeout. This one's going to come down to a buzzer. 57-54.
Right back in it. They had it to 7. About 3/4 of the way through that second period. Then get back up to double figures again. Here's Laster. And we got a whistle and we got a foul. Look out. Foul's probably going to be on Trotter. It will be. And on Will. That is number 1 on Will.
I'm going to go back to your point you made earlier. I really think the Laster needs to kind of take this game over if you're Morrisville. Morristown, I should say.
Well, what's happening, Jen? They're just Morristown just letting Hauser kind of hang around.
Yeah, that's
the worst thing you can do.
Exactly right, and he's the guy that can separate. There he is.
Basket will not count, and they will tag, I believe, Sam Johnson with the personal foul now for Hauser.
I mean, he can put 6 on you before you even blink your eyes, and he's so unselfish.
Austin Cord, the 5'10 sophomore who had 5 points, all of them in the second quarter, coming back onto the court now.
But you got to like the way Hauser's kind of slowing things down a little bit, continue to attack the paint.
Here is Laster. This time a good defensive play. Kind of got a hand on that basketball as he went to the hoop and kind of hit the bottom of the rim. So it's 39-32 with 4:40 to play.
For CJ, those two are putting up unbelievable point totals, and we still have 3:25 left. Ball is in the hands of Andrew Williams. He is the senior of the two that we've mentioned. Looks for the drive, and now he'll knife in. Hesitation, passes it out. The Speedway faithful 1 of 3 seconds in the lane call.
It was close to it.
Echo lays it in. Wow.
Big shot there by the juniors. Speedway's making their run here late. Echo doing a nice job getting 2 points in there.
Ball's worked around Drew Valentine, who just knocked down that deep 3. Has it on the right wing. Double team has to give it up. Down low, Devin Valentine. Lays it in. Neither team is going away, CJ.
No, they're not. And again, it now comes down to rebounding the basketball and getting stops. We'll see if Heritage Christian can do that, or will Speedway have it go through the door that Heritage Christian might leave open. Again, take some time off.
Andrew Williams somehow gets that one up. That is strength.
Talks about how he just makes shots sometimes that it doesn't look like they should be going in. A tough shot there. Got the ball stripped, got it back at the last second, and put it in.
Now a double team, and the ball is right on the sideline. They're going to say out of bounds. Back to Heritage Christian. They've got a 5-point lead, a chance to extend it with only 2 minutes left.
And smart there by Duran. He was guarding Valentine there out on the perimeter. Echo came on a double team. That's what you got to do on a small guard, especially when they go back to the half-court line. Put some pressure on him, double team him. That time Valentine picked up his dribble and lost it out of bounds.
Durant, the senior point guard with the ball. Goes to Arterburn. A made bucket here would be ginormous for the Eagles. Arterburn back out to Duran. Down to 1:40 left, and this is where they're taking time off the clock, as you've mentioned.
And if you're Speedway here, you probably can go a little bit longer without fouling. They're going to give the foul there, but, you know, again, if I'm Heritage Christian, I want to stay out there by the volleyball line. Here's that shot there that I'm talking about by Williams. Makes a shot, comes off the curl there, but again, the ball is stripped somehow, gets the ball back, and has enough strength to muster it inside the basket. Williams has been key here late down the stretch.
That's just a pure strength shot. That's what you work in the workout room, in the weight room, lifting weights for that one to fall through. And now he even gets another at the free throw line.
Boy, and I believe that's going to go on Mabor Majok.
Brad, Carmel down the floor both times have run that play where Hetty goes in the middle, they get the ball to him, and he passes it down along the baseline. So
yeah, Mabor Majok just picked up his 4th foul.
Point needed.
Andrew Williams with 31 Reggie Miller points. Ball now for Speedway in desperate need of a bucket. They're down 7 and they fire up a deep 3 that misses, and a foul on the rebound. It's going to send Kyle Smith to the line, which I would believe, if you look over at Coach Corey Jackson, a little frustration with the foul call. Wants Durant to have better position, but either way, Kyle Smith, it has been a roller coaster of a ride at the free throw line.
I was going to say, if you're Coach Jackson, you tell Durant that, but it might be okay because Kyle Smith's already missed 6 free throw attempts. He's only knocked down 1. So it might be a blessing if Smith can't knock these down.
First free throw hits the front of the rim and falls out. He's going to have one more.
So now you know if Smith stays on the court and you're Coach Jackson and gets the foul, it comes down to fouling them. You want to foul Smith because he has been just awful at the free throw line today. If you're his teammates, you got to put some confidence in him, hype him back up. He's got to knock down at least one of these right here for Speedway to remain competitive in this game.
Smith, the senior, at the line, another freebie. This one falls through.
So it makes it a 2-possession game. You can get a steal here and a 3, you're right back in this game.
How quickly are you fouling, CJ?
So with 1:08 to go here right now, I'm fouling with about maybe 50, 45 seconds if you don't get a steal. Well, I just ignored what I said.
I believe that was more Will Christie stressing the issue than the foul really needed to be given by Speedway.
Well, he was trying to that time. 25-23, 5:17 in the third. Chris Grubbs with the ball for the Royals. The corner to Aaron Etherington. Etherington inside. Gets it inside to Landon Morris. And I believe that John Michael Malloy is going to pick up his 3rd foul of the evening. That's the 3rd team foul of the half. Morris is going to go back to the line for 2 more shots. Misses the front end. Morris 0 for 2 from the line right now. Has not scored tonight. Morris gets ready to take his 2nd shot. Morris
3-2 zone now. Trying to get out on the 3-point shooters, give up the shot at the rim that's missed. And a long battle for the rebound. Arterburn saves it out of bounds, and they're going to say he was fouled. Now they're starting to taste it.
The one thing I like Jack Arterburn's aggressiveness today, Brent. Again, he wasn't really aggressive in yesterday's game. I believe he only scored 3 points on a 3-point shot, but he's been looking for a shot today, and I think that's going to pay off for him later on in the tournament if they can escape this win. Coach Jackson might have talked to him earlier and said, hey, I need you to be aggressive, Jake. They don't mind I look for you to score, but when you have a shot, be available to take it.
This team for Heritage Christian has 4 seniors in their starting lineup and 1 highly experienced junior in Harrison Eckel. First of 2 is missed by Arterburn.
And you see how every teammate there for Heritage Christian hyping Arterburn up. They didn't do that for Speedway when Smith missed all those free throws. That time Arterburn missed a free throw. Hey, you got the next one. Let's extend this lead here. That's exactly what he does.
Arterburn makes it. And now this is going to be a chance for Heritage to steal the ball and up pass, and Arterburn lays it in. Pandemonium on the sidelines, and almost another near steal. And a foul is called. This one is going to be close as the free throw line will be the helper for Speedway. They must make them, and they must make sure that Heritage Christian does not. Alex Moore at the free throw line. He is a three-point specialist. The senior has knocked down 3 deep balls as Jake Durant checks out. The crowd with a standing ovation for Heritage Christian. At the line, Alex Moore. Chance to bring his team back within 9. First free throw is short. No bend at the knees. One more free throw, but more importantly, there's 31.5 seconds left. Alex Moore, second is good, and a sub into the game. We'll see if Coach Chuck Bennett calls.
He's only got 2 field goals. The rest of his points are all on free throws so far. 4 of them in the first half. Makes this, he's got 4 in the second half, which he does. 8 for 8 so far from the line for John Michael Malloy. If he doesn't get it on field goals, he gets it on free throws, Perry. Royals trying to hang in there. Etherington does not get a shot off. Back to Etherington out high.
Arterburn at the free throw line. Chance to push his team up by 12, makes the first. Arterburn has had a really good game, as CJ and I have mentioned. We're going to try and get Coach Corey Jackson of Heritage Christian, if they're able to survive the final 28.6 seconds left, to advance to regional play, as a second free throw falls through as well. D3, Drew Valentine, it rims out. Rebound taken in by Harrison Eckel. He's going to pass it off to Andrew Williams. And Speedway has called off the Dogs. A timeout is taken by Coach Corey Jackson just to get subs into the game. And on the sideline, Heritage Christian can feel it. They had a magical run a couple of years ago. And
Etherington, Busilla. Back to Grubbs. Etherington drives, stopped by Hetty. Turns, takes the shot, gets the shot. Aaron Etherington has taken nice almost floater. 3 quarters to get him into the scoring column. He picks up his first 2 points of the night. 3-point lead for the Greyhounds. 1:35 here in the third quarter. Robert Fry is back in the game for the Greyhounds. Luke Hetty to Malloy. Malloy is double teamed. Back to Hetty. Hetty out to Joya. Joya not going anywhere, and Royals not putting any defense on him. We're at 1:07 in the third quarter. A really fast-moving game so far tonight, Perry.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Carmel's has slowed the ball down this second half, this third quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't done this, but they're.
Miller now, he was shut out in the third quarter after getting 7 points in the first half, so 9 for the 6'4 senior. Lead down to 8, still doable if you're a Hauser fan. Spinning inside for the shot, there's up and good.
Absolutely.
What a good-looking move by Lester.
Gorgeous move. That was something else.
27 now for the youngster. We've been talking about Trey Johnson. He had 35 against Roger Bacon earlier this year.
Crowder with 2 more bake. That gives him 5 on the night.
5 points for the 6'1 senior. Had 5 points last night likewise in that semifinal win against Oldenburg Academy. They had a full house here last night. They're back again tonight.
Well, if you're Morristown, you want to make a little run here. You get this lead just a little higher. You don't want your opponent sticking around. And right now, Hauser continues kind of stick around.
Minute 45 gone in the fourth quarter.
Good move here. Morristown's making Hauser play a little defense. And that's what can happen. He just breaks you down, Bake. Laster with 29 points now. Kind of just stops, hesitates, got the defense to freeze, got the easy one.
Well, you know where the ball's going to go, and you still can't do anything about it.
He's just the real deal.
56-46 with 5:45 to go, and we'll get a foul. I think they're going to get Theobald this time.
To your point, Bake, on last, he has so many pieces to his game. You know, he shoots the three, he can dribble drive, he hesitates, spins. He has so many pieces in his arsenal offensively.
Well, we just got the word that Warren Central has lost to Lawrence Central. Here's the layup by Sam Johnson. Johnson now with 14 points. That Lawrence Central program has really made some strides in the past years.
Yes, sir. That's not a super shock because Lawrence Central has played incredibly well this year.
And the schedule those guys play against each other is so tough. 5:20 to go.
Here, see if they can go back and close the gap. Munster's going to look to probably try and get the last shot here. I think they'd be very happy to go into the half up 5 or even more.
So they get it in. It's with Yergi. Into the middle they go to Balic. Now back out. It's Zabrecki who might have traveled.
And they got away with an extra step there.
But instead, the ball doesn't lie as it's a turnover. But now another turnover as Morris in transition for Munster. He goes up for the shot and he gets fouled. And so Morris is going to head to the free throw line for 2. What a sequence there as the whole entire Lowell student section wanted to travel. As Zabrecki right on the baseline, right in front of the referee, took a couple extra steps.
Yeah, it looks like he did a little NBA step there along the baseline, got away with it. But Lowell got the ball. They had their opportunity. They just turned it right back over.
And that's the thing is when you get those chances back, can't let them go. And Javon Morris knocks down the free throw attempt. He's one of 3 Munster players that shoot it above 70%, 73% during the regular season for Javon Morris, as he has one more still to come. As that one no good. And the rebound by Hudak as Lowell will come back with possession, trailing by 6, 18-12, 40 seconds left here in the half. Pass down to Edwards, his mid-range jumper from the baseline, no good. And now Morris with the rebound as he'll bring it up slowly as Munster will likely play it for the final possession. Low scoring first half here, much lower even than the first game between these two teams. As in it goes to Hemmelgarn, back out now to Balic. Balic to Yergi, beyond the arc, 10 seconds now left on the clock. Morris gets it far side wing, guarded closely. He gets right on the baseline and dribbles it out of bounds off his own foot. And so possession goes back over with the Red Devils.
4.2 seconds to go here. Lowell have an opportunity to get a shot, try to get the ball into Hudak or Mantis' hand here.
And so bringing it up, it's Mantis as he'll get it in quickly, and the shot will go up, but not in time as we hit halftime. And the score 18-12, Munster leading Lowell. Will be
Mark as maybe not the shot that they wanted, as now Jeff will stand for the last shot. Yeah, kind of a bad shot in there, kind of rushed it, I think.
Yeah, and I would think that Joe would really like to have his point guard in the game at the time here with 10 seconds, but he ain't going to get him in.
Coleman with the basketball. He drives, 15-footer on the way. Good.
Oh, my.
Coleman with a big shot.
Yep.
And Jeff totally dominates the third quarter of action here.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance is good at your insurance. Find an agent to help you think about it at infp.com. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Well, 3:23, Big delay now has extended for Morristown. Time is slowly but surely running out if Hauser is going to make any run here to have a shot at getting a victory for a championship tonight.
3 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and a 62-50 lead. It was a 10-point differential at halftime, and then a 10-point differential after 3, and the lead is now up to 12. And here's Krim with the line. I heard one of the fans yell out, "That's our first free throw, Rip." Somebody else is keeping track. 3:15 to go in the quarter and the game. Tipped away. Stays in the possession now of Hauser. Returning now for Morristown, Logan Theobald. Theobald having a nice ball game, Jan. 15 points. That's almost double his scoring average. Three-pointer, deep left wing, an air ball thrown up there, and it is going to be on the deck and picked up now by Hauser. They'll go inside for the layup and get it. Good-looking move that time by Jackson Paradise with 5 points. He was shut out in the first half. 2:50 to go. Trapping in the corner, and timeout taken by Morristown.
Good timeout call because Morristown got in the coffin corner there and really had nowhere to go.
Personal foul against the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Now it's going to be their 6th. My correction, that foul was on Mason. That was his first. That is the team's 6th, as New Albany will be in the bonus on the next foul. Thomas gets the ball in. It comes out to Stanton. Stanton over to Stevenson.
Gotta have help.
Down in the corner it comes to Bevan. Hurrigan out front to Stanton, and around it comes once again. They're trying to get it in. They've got Thomas with the basketball. He works, doesn't have anything, brings it out to Stanton. Stanton's three-pointer, good.
Well, they needed that, Dave.
New Albany starts the third quarter with a three-pointer, and they cut the Jeff lead down to 6. Loving Watts, little short with a 10-footer in the lane, and New Albany comes back quickly. That's what you got to love about Indiana basketball. Nobody is ever out of it. Up high it goes into Thomas. Thomas back to Stevenson. Stevenson goes up, has the ball stripped away, out of bounds.
And a 10-point lead, make it a 12-point lead as Gloucester gets 2 more.
Boy, he's got 9 in this fourth period. 34 on the night.
And the lead goes back up again to a dozen. And Hauser gets inside again. Miller with 11. Just mentioned him a couple of minutes ago. They get it across the timeline, stretch it out, and here is Lasker. He traveled.
He knew it too. Took off before he put the ball down.
It's one of the few turnovers, one of the few mistakes he's made in the whole game.
He doesn't make a lot, but he was going to shoot, then seen that opening in a hurry and took off and just didn't quite put it down before he traveled.
Clock running at 2 minutes now in the fourth quarter of this game. Regional round of the tournament next Saturday. We're going to be somewhere. We're not sure, just exactly sure just yet where we're going, but we'll be somewhere to cover it for you. Here's a move inside by Trey Johnson, and he will go to the line.
Minute 48 now left on the clock. Boy, what a fun night we've had here at Southwestern High School. Pretty good game, a lot of fun.
You know, John, I'm just looking at here. Trey Johnson, he has 12 points right now, Jan, but this young man has really he has worked so hard under the basket. Not very much to show for it on occasion. He pushed a couple of bunnies in there, but he's really been a tough guy to handle inside.
Yeah, he's got 12 on the night, but the effort has been way up there.
He's a junior at 6'6". For Morristown. And got 1 of 2. So 13 now for Trey Johnson, and we're inside 2 minutes now in this fourth quarter. They get it across the timeline, and they are trapped in a traveling violation. That's a turnover on Morristown's part. And the lead at 9, and here comes Jackson Paradise back onto the court now for Hauser.
Well, Morristown doesn't like it because the fans, but what you can't do is get yourself in the corner. Got to keep that ball moving. Don't get yourself in that situation.
Yeah, you got 2 bodies there. Then the sideline as a guarder.
As a defender.
And the 10-second line.
Yep, exactly right.
Move inside, no good. And once again, there is Trey Johnson doing his best to keep things alive inside. And a foul's going to be called against Morristown.
Those shots. Luke Heddy with the ball. Cole Hornbuckle on him in the middle to Malloy. Malloy not even looking to shoot. I don't think any of the Greyhounds are looking to shoot unless they get a shot like that, like Heddy had, and he just did not make that shot. In the corner to Bradley Beeman. He misses the three-pointer. Malloy going to try to go end-to-end. Does he give it up? He's going to try the reverse layup. He misses. The ball goes out of bounds, but it'll come back to the Greyhounds.
Here, let's see if they want to just let the clock go down. Yep. They're going to take what they can get. Now, Hauser's probably going to foul.
That was on Sam Johnson. That'll be 3 on the 6'2 junior. And as I say, the penalty is in effect. That's the 8th foul on Hauser. So it's a 1-and-1 scenario for Laster.
Oh, my. Gets the roll.
35 now. Austin Chambers, 6'3 senior, onto the court now for Hauser.
Laster with 10 in this quarter as well. And missed that one.
And chased out the rebound.
Yeah, that may about do it. Couple sequences didn't go real good. Hauser needed to hit those free throws, and then they needed to get that rebound there, neither of which they were able to accomplish. And now the time of the minute 12 makes it super difficult, especially if Morristown puts these free throws in here.
Theobald. That's the first one. Ken, I will say this. I was really concerned for Hauser after that emotional win last night. Would they have the mental and physical wherewithal to come back and play a good game? Unfortunately for them, they dug that big hole early and they've not been able to get out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's why you and I talk about it all the time. Those quick, early, big starts usually help you out tremendously.
Here's a 3 that's an air ball with 1:05 to go, and it's going to be Morristown moving to 22-4 on the year and advancing to the regional next Saturday at Martinsville. 67-55 is your score. Here's the layup inside. It is good, and that's Laster again. Now the fans on our side are all standing in unison. Rebound out of bounds, stays in the possession of the Hauser.
Ben Davis wins their sectional 69-51 over Decatur Central. Bloomington South 63, Shelbyville 48, so Bloomington South moves on.
And I mentioned Hauser gives up 62.8 points per game. They've given up 69 tonight, and that's been the problem they've had. They could score.
All the way back out to Luke Heddy.
They want to keep the ball in Heddy and Winland's hands.
They're the best free
trying
throw shooters out there. Although Malloy is a good free throw shooter too. He's 9 for 9 from the line tonight, so we may see him out top a little bit. So Royals are going to get to a point here where they're going to have to start to foul here pretty soon, Perry. They've got 2 more to give away here. Looks like that one's probably going to go on Cole Hornbuckle for the Royals. Yes, that's who they're calling it on. That is his first. Number 6 on the Royals. John Michael Malloy will go to the line for 2. Malloy with 10 for 10 so far tonight. 3 field goals and the rest on free throws, Perry.
Another big night for Malloy.
Yeah, he's got 16 points.
I think he'd go along with 18 last night. Wasn't that what he was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had 18 against the Tigers last night. Second shot for Malloy is up. It is good. That's got to be approaching some kind of a record here, Perry. He is 11 for 11. 11 for 11, 11 in a row. I would think that both of those might be records. We'll have to see if we can find out about that. Vinny Busilla tries to drive on Windland. Back to Landon Morris. Chris Grubbs had the ball, and Pete Suter's going to pick that foul up. And the Royals will go to the line now and shoot. Nope. Yeah. Royals will go to the line. No. Yeah, there's. Okay, yeah, the Greyhounds do have 7. I was a little confused on the numbers here. Greyhounds do have 7 fouls. So Grubbs will have a 1-and-1. Grubbs gets the front end.
You know, one thing to make comment about number 10, Pete Suter, he's a freshman playing along with 4 seniors, and he's really come into his own in this tournament.
Yes,
I mean, he's progressed all year long, and we saw him earlier in the year as a freshman, and he had times when he looked like a freshman, but he looks like a seasoned veteran out there now, and that's a good thing to have with them going to make a run here. If they're going to make a run in the tournament. Whoa, that was close.
7-point lead for the Greyhounds. Minute and 40 seconds on the clock. See who that's going to be called on, if it's going to be on Hornbuckle or on Beeman. It looks like that's going to go on Cole Hornbuckle. That's his 7th team foul of the half. So Luke Heddy will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Point, Perry, this is the only hope that the Royals have got. They've got a foul. But Heddy is a 69% free throw shooter. Misses.
Oh, nice attempt to save it there.
Ball goes out of bounds. The Royals will retain possession. Chris Grubbs to inbound the ball, gets it into Vinny Busilla. Grubbs setting the Royals offense. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Grubbs gets it knocked away from him. Eventually back to Landon Morris. Grubbs gets it, takes a 3-point shot, misses. Aaron Etherington with the putback. Only the 4th point of the game for Etherington, and I believe this will be the last timeout that the Royals have got.
Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff of Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383.
Perry, take a look at the monitor, and fans at home, watch this dunk. Watch this effort by Aaron Etherington. Boy, he just skies up there, grabs that ball, and puts that in there. You can understand why the University of Toledo is so happy that Mr. Etherington will be playing ball for them next year. It's down to a 5-point game, 1:17 on the clock to reset everything here. Both teams with 7 personal fouls, so both of them are in the 1-and-1. The possession arrow is in favor of the Royals, and that'll be Andrew Owens inbounding the ball to Luke Heddy.
But did you say that Southeastern has no more timeouts? Is that
I
correct?
believe they have used their last timeout. Luke Heddy in the corner. Under the basket. That was just all too easy.
Yeah, that
Andrew
was a big
Owens
basket there.
gets his 10th point. The Royals fell asleep on that one, and that could be the nail in the coffin for him, Perry. Owens was just absolutely positively out there, unguarded, period, right under the net. Bad mistake by the Royals. Grubbs trying to get the Royal offense going again, gets it to Etherington. Etherington spins.
Somebody's going to have to shoot.
All the way out top to Grubbs. 30 seconds left here. Grubbs gets it under the basket. There's going to be a, what have we got here? Do we get a timeout called or do we get a jump ball called? I did not see what happened there. It is going to be a jump ball, so the Royals will have another chance here, but the Carmel fans are feeling that they've got this one, and Perry with a 7-point lead, 23-9 on the clock. It's going to take a miracle for the Royals to come back. Chris Grubbs. Royals need a 3-point goal here. Here comes Busilla for the three. He misses into the hands of John Michael Malloy, and he's going to be fouled by Elliott Robinson, and Malloy is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. Number 8. And John Michael Malloy will go back to the line for a 1-and-1. Let's see if he can make it 12 for 12 here, Perry. 15.2, it's all over but the shouting now. 12 for 12 for Malloy. 17 points. What a performance by the senior.
Yeah, he really stepped up here in the tournament, really, in both games.
Make that 18, now make it 19 points for Malloy. 15 of those 19 have come from the line. Grubbs, Elliott Robinson. Robinson lets a three fly, and he gets it. Royals cannot stop the clock. That will be it. Final play of the game, final score. Carmel Greyhounds 45, Hamilton Southeastern Royals 39. Perry, your thoughts on this game?
What?
Point play, has it blocked in there by Jones. And Jones is going to get a technical foul. And didn't need to do that.
No, he was just a little hyped. But you know what? I'm about his size, and we don't get to block too many people's shots. So he was a little excited about it. And probably shouldn't have got up in his face about that. That is a personal foul as well.
And that is going to be 4 personals on Jones.
There'll be a teaching moment right now.
Yeah,
over here
Joe
with
Luce
Coach
isn't
Luce.
real happy with that.
Yep.
You're just about ready to cut down nets, and you do something stupid like that. That's not a good thing.
Yep, you are right.
Stanton misses. He'll move there we go. He'll have another one here. And it's good.
And they'll get the ball out.
He hits 1 of 2. And the ball comes into Stanton as we're under 2 minutes to play. Stanton out front with the basketball. Ball comes in. We've got a foul.
And that's probably going to be all of Coleman. I think he was over the back.
Coleman's going to be called for the personal foul. That will be his 5th. And Lovings Watts will come in. And he gets a standing ovation regardless. And fine ball player, just a junior. Again, there are no seniors on this Jeffersonville team.
Wow, is this team going to be exciting next year?
Absolutely. First one rolls around at the free throw line. That's Anderson. Anderson will have one more as he's in the scoring book. Second one on the way, and it rims out no good. Down with the rebound is Franklin, and Jones will work the basketball up. He crosses the timeline and gives it up to Starks. Starks is fouled in there by Stanton, and we'll go back to the charity stripe once again. And at the charity stripe will be Starks. Darren Starks at the line. As he will have 2 shots. He misses the front end of it. He'll have one more. This one's on the way. It's good. We've got 91 seconds to go in this one as the clock starts once again, and Jeff has a 14-point lead over the Bulldogs of New Albany. Stevenson brings it down, crosses over, goes inside, puts it up, can't get it to go. Franklin goes up high, gets the rebound. We come back down the other way. Jones brings it down, works it out front, and takes it down, lays it up, and scores. He's fouled. He'll step to the charity stripe. He's had a heck of a second half.
Yep, and that's all of Stevenson.
As Stevenson picks up foul number 5, he fouls out and into the basketball game for the first time. That'll be Michael Clear. He's a 6'4" sophomore for New Albany, and the Bulldog fans give a rounding standing ovation to the young man who hit the shot of a lifetime last night.
Yep, and he well deserved.
Jones completes the three-point play, and he'll come out of the lineup and get a standing ovation.
He's a great player. He is the glue that holds this team together.
Bevan drives down, they let him go, he scores. Kobe Stoudemire into the basketball game for the Red Devils. And we've got another foul as we move underneath the minute mark. That foul is going to be called on Krebs. That'll be his second, and that will send to the line Darren Starks. Well, the run for New Albany is going to come to an end tonight,
yes,
but it was a good run. First one rims in and out for Starks. They won 5 in a row, and let me tell you, this is one of the toughest sectionals to win in the state of Indiana right here.
Well, we've had 4 powerhouse teams in here from Friday night to tonight, and I'll tell you, Jeffersonville is, we talked about it last night, they're playing awfully well right now.
Starks comes out, we've got Michael O'Brien coming in. He wears number 25. We've got Hughes 35, he's into the basketball game. We've got Marquez Jordan into the basketball game, and we've got a foul. Surprise, surprise. And the foul is called just coming into the basketball game. That's Lucas Mellon. Mellon calls for the personal foul. That is his first. 2 shots in there for New Albany's Hayden.
Carruthers dribbles around. Quiet first quarter for Carruthers. Goes in the lane to Ross. Double pump. Missed the shot. But I think it was Williams. Williams tapped it in from Bowman Academy for Ross. Ross will take the 2 points. 8 points for Kyle Ross. There are no own baskets in basketball like there is soccer own goals.
Ross will send Williams a little gift card later on.
21-20, closest we've been in a while. Bowman led by as many as 7 in the first quarter. Look at that, Booker around the traffic and in. Booker's got a good game going so far, 8 points on the night. Less than a minute into the second quarter, the full court pressure has gotten to Andrain, but now Bowman's in foul trouble, so let's see if that changes.
If I'm Bowman, I just have to put a little bit more attention to Kyle Ross. He seems to have gotten open in the middle of the court on the pressure.
Carruthers double team, pass was deflected, taken away by Neal. Just 3 points in the first quarter for John Carruthers of Andrain.
And we'll see if that foul trouble, both by Davis and Brown, caused Bowman any difficulties here in the second quarter.
Now here comes Burnett out on Booker with the pressure. Now bounce pass in the lane to Williams. Williams bobbled it, and we've got a push on Williams, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Andrain.
I mean, Williams provides a lot of energy, but sometimes he has too much energy. He put a bucket back in. He pushed an Andrain player out. Well, you know, when he missed the pick and roll, he's better suited on the block.
So free throw line right side, Benjamin Jones had the first basket of the night for Andrain, but also a couple of turnovers in the first quarter. Hits that first free throw.
And the free throws are going well for Andrain, and that's something that we keep an eye on during these games. They always come back, if you're not hitting them, to bite you. So far, Andrain doing so the job that they need to when he hits the second.
Jones hits the jackpot right there. Both of them go in, 23-22. We're 100 seconds into the second quarter. Coming up at half will be the Smith-Surgic Attorneys at Law halftime show. Neal has space, right side three, back iron, no good. Rebounded by Burnett, who will slow it down for Andrain. Now he fires a pass up the floor to Jones in the middle of the lane. Hot pass from Carruthers to Lolito. Blocked from behind. Ball is up for Lolito. Throws it high in the sky to Jones. And Jones will be fouled by an aggressive Avion Holt. More free throws for the 59ers.
I mean, I understand the intensity by Bowman, but I don't understand the jumping up and down when he's 25 feet away from the basket. Just a simple guarding position would be sufficient. Hands up. He's not going to shoot it from there.
Jones just made his last two at the line. 1-1. Right down the middle and gets nothing but mesh. 6 points for Benjamin Jones. Ties the game up. Andrain looking for a lead. They got it. Jones, 7 points on the night, 4 in a row for Andrain at the line. 24-23, Andrain. Avion Holt between the rings, goes in the lane to Sherrod. Might have been some steps, but he banked it in. Amir Sherrod had a big night for Bowman, especially in the second quarter.
Is that the first bucket for Bowman in the second quarter?
Yes.
2.5 minutes.
Here, Sherrod. No, I stand corrected. That's their second one. It was 21-18 at the end of the first.
I apologize. I must have missed something.
Turnover on Bowman Academy, going too fast. Now it's Carruthers. Full length of the floor, left to right for Andrain. Dumps it to Jones, or to Burnett. Now he finds Ross in the right corner. Ross had space, but Sherrod closed quickly. Now Ross is going to pop a three and hit a three. And then he runs into the referee, who's right behind him. But that's a striking Van Til three-pointer for Ross. The big man, the microwave, heating up, 11 points.
And that's something, if you're Bowman, you got to be concerned about if he starts hitting those threes.
Andrain by 2, 27-25. Now Holt drives baseline right over the defender. Blocking foul called on Carruthers. 2 free throws as it drops off the front rim. Holt at the line.
And that's Andrain's only their second foul of the first half compared to Bowman's 9.
Free throw line left side. 2 free throws to Avion Holt looking to get on the board. First time tonight for Bowman Academy. Unable to do so on that first one. A couple of subs for Andrain. We've got Eric Goods coming back in and Nicholas Flesher. Goods 5 and Flesher 32 on your screen. Lolito and Carruthers go out of the game.
And Andrain's able to get Carruthers out of there while the Davis and Brown are out for Bowman.
Missed both free throws, but an offensive board by Neal. Misses a putback, and now we've got a foul on Andrain on the second putback. And is it inactive shooting?
He was, I believe.
They will say in the act of shooting, so Jacques Williams will go to the line now for Bowman Academy.
And what Ross needed to do there, better block out, wouldn't have gave Williams that opportunity.
So Williams takes his time at the line, swishes the first free throw. That's the first point of the night for Jacques Williams. We're going to get a sub for Andrain. Out goes Eric Goods with 2 fouls. Back in comes Matthew Lolito.
Smooth stroke for the big man here.
Williams, it rattled around and goes in for him. 2 points. It's tied up at 27 all. Just over 3 minutes into the second quarter. Now here comes Burnett. Bad pass, deflected away by Holt. Up ahead of the pack is Booker. Goes back to Williams. Williams beats Burnett to the bucket.
I almost thought he gave it to Williams too late there. They had numbers early.
4-0 run for the Eagles. Back in front. Lolito, left elbow. Goes to Burnett. Burnett fouled. Overzealous right there on that play by Neal, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Burnett.
It's just bad angles of defense. I mean, if you're gonna go take them, get a better angle. You just don't run right at them. It's not gonna help you out very much.
And Burnett, only a sophomore. Andrain would not be here without his free throw shooting down the stretch against Bishop Knoll on Tuesday night. Hit 4 in the last minute of the game.
And Burnett, as far as he has no points yet.
Well, now he does. 1 point.
There you go.
Raymond Terry, 35 in, and out goes Cleveland Neal for Bowman, who has 2 fouls as well. So 3 starters for Bowman Academy with 2 fouls, but they're still up by a point right now. That one goes in as well for Burnett, who will go back to the bench as Carruthers comes back in, gets a back slap from Coach Stengel.
And I'll tell you, 12 of Andrean's 29 points have come from the free throw line. They've missed 1 free throw.
12 of 13. What's that, 87%, 88%?
I think that's pretty good.
Now Booker gets by Jones in the lane, but Force's shot was wide of the square.
And no one down at Bowman getting a rebound, all sitting out by the arc, waiting to shoot.
Ross wants a jumper from the right side of the floor, was waiting for Carruthers to get it to him, but he swings it across far side of the floor. Double bonus time for Andrain down the stretch of the second quarter of this 2A sectional number 33. Skipped by Carruthers, one-handed shot, in, out, in.
And you can almost say that he was causing the contact there.
31-29, Andrain with a 4-0 run of their own to get the lead back. Student section wearing the neon tonight for Andrain on their feet. Sherrod way behind the line, missed it into the hands of Williams. Put back, nope. Rebound by Ross with one hand and secures it for Andrain. Now Carruthers stripped in the middle of the lane. 3-on-0. Holt finger roll off the window and in. Holt's got 2 points now for Bowman, who ties it up at 31 all.
I'm glad they didn't go for anything like a Dunkaroo there. They just needed a bucket. I'm glad they had 3 on 0.
If they got Dunkaroo cookies, man, I'm out of here. You finish by yourself, right?
You got it. The listeners may not be happy, but
I like the chocolate Dunkaroos, by the way. Throwback to the 90s.
Watch Flesher down there low.
Carruthers bumps, no call, bounces it in the lane to Ross. Ross gets it right away, blocked by Terry, but it's off the backside of Sherrod, and it'll stay with Andrain.
Sherrod and Ross were engaged, blocking out. The shot came up well short off the rim.
Carruthers on the baseline. Waiting for Larry Shimano to give the ball to him. Now he does. Looks for Ross in the lane. Ross double fake. Goes up with it. Banked it in. And one.
I said it in the pregame. You have to stay on the ground. Andrea's going to ball fake you, and they do, and they keep doing it, and you keep on jumping. I know it's glamorous to get the shot block, but it's more glamorous to win the game.
Ross ready to square up at the free throw line. This one's off the back rim into the hands of Holt of Bowman Academy. So it stays a 2-point game late in the first half. Booker down the lane, cut off by Jones. Trying to get to Raymond Terry, but Lolito right on there. Now Sherrod left side of the lane, finger roll, gets by Lolito, gets by Carruthers. Amir Sherrod has 4 off the bench. Here, three-pointer, foul by Bowman.
I mean, if I had hair, I would lose it at this point in time. What sense does that make?
Hey, if Erlacher can get it back, you can get it back.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
So free throw line right side, Benjamin Jones for Andrain. As we're tied up at 33 all, he has 3 free throws for the 59ers. First one goes in.
I'll tell you what, if you're an Andrain fan, you got to be ecstatic that Bowman is making these mental errors, and they're just scoring from the free throw line.
That one rims out, and Jones has one more time at the line. 35 on the clock.
Yeah, 5 of Jones's points are from the free throw line. 5 of his 8.
2 out of 3 missed here by Jones. So it's a 1-point game. Ball back over to Bowman. High pass, good catch by Jaquez Williams. He might have a football career.
Yeah, but he needs to get on the low post.
Trying to get to Raymond Terry. Has a couple of inches of height on Matthew Lolito. Now they will go back out on top to Sherrod, who just last night let it fly about right after getting it every time. Booker with the handle. Gets Jones in the air, shot up, missed the shot. But that was right there what...
A little bit of taste of their own medicine. Ball fake, got him up in the air, and now I can be angry with both teams about going for the fake. Stay on the ground. He was falling away.
So 2 free throws to Bowman Academy. Tariq Booker will go to the line, trying to give his Eagles the lead again. We've been back and forth in this first quarter after Bowman led the entire first quarter.
Yeah, Bowman ran out to an early lead in the first. Andrian did a good job coming back, not getting frustrated.
Right-handed shooter at the line, Tariq Booker books that first free throw. He has 9.
It's his first points of the second quarter.
Booker rims out the second one, tracked down by Carruthers. Carruthers lost it, but Booker loses it out of bounds after taking it from Carruthers' pocket.
Good job getting your rebound, putting the pressure on Carruthers. Watch out for the fouls. You're already in double bonus.
1 minute to go in the second quarter. Tie game 34-34. Basketball powered by NIPSCO as we are tied at 34 all.
With 40 seconds, Ryan, you think they're going one? Are you going to think they're going to try to work something down to Ross against Williams? Ross has some.
With the way that Bowman's in foul trouble, you might want to try and get another one. And here it is. Pressure from Bowman. It's Avion Holt. And Dan, with his head down on the table, can't believe it.
When we go to Bridges later on, I may have to take out some issue with myself.
Tie game. Free throw line right side for Carruthers. Gets the back rim. Soft shooter's touch right there, and it goes in for John Carruthers. Flesher will exit for Andrain. And back in comes 22, Deshaun Burnett for the 59ers. Wet right there from Carruthers makes it 7 points on the night, 36-34. Now Holt looks back at Coach Robinson for the play call. Almost gave it away. Good thing he didn't pass it to Sherrod. Now he gets it to Sherrod.
I think you got to drive it if you're Bowman.
Booker fakes a 3. Will do a lean-in shot. Nope. Rebounded by Ross in the middle of the lane. 10 seconds under. He lost it. He tried driving through traffic, and now it's a tie game. 2 seconds go. Burnett, full court shot off the top of the building, and we are tied.
And instantly kicked it up the floor to Abram, and he did the rest, going right to the bucket.
Peterson wasn't very happy about that call. His first, 4th against the team. And Abram a couple of free throws. Didn't take a lot of attempts this year, 32. But when he did, he was pretty successful. 25 makes on those attempts.
He had a big third quarter, had 7 points in that quarter. He's now got 11 points.
And he makes both free throws. So that lead right back up to 9 points for Hammond High. They've kept the pressure up. Why not? It's been very successful. Roberson handles, pulls up. Tough shot over the tall defender Stiles. Thrown ahead for Young.
Easy run out. And that all started with Stiles leaking out and contesting that shot.
Just when it looked like Westside was getting back in it, they're down 11. Almost turned over. Washington blocked. Came to Roberson. Spinning. Couldn't finish. But there's Perry on Roberson to help him out.
The size was a factor in getting those offensive boards down there. Westside really needed that.
Young handles it, goes around Roberson. Steps into a three. And it's grabbed by Paris, and then a foul. Looking for a steal inside was Ronald Harris. And he's called for his second.
So far, fouls not too big of a factor in this one. I don't believe we saw any free throws from the first half because of fouls, so each team here with a handful more to give.
And neither team got into the bonus, and we're still a ways away from that here. 6 minutes left. Let's see if Westside's got another run. They got within 2. And then it was quickly up to 11. It seemed like in a flash. And it's 9 right now. Big Mike Anderson's in there. Look at that play. Harris just jumped up and took it. Roberson almost had a steal. And a jump ball is called as Stiles got back in there to get it back on the possession.
Roberson's been big down low here in the fourth quarter, and that time tried taking away what was a turnover for Hammond.
Nathan Irby comes back in as Paris Roberson checks out, and Westside just has not been able to find the right 5 out there, at least for offensive rhythm, and the officials having a discussion about the possession arrow. And the last possession that I remember, the last jump ball was to Westside, I thought. And I think the arrow's right, but right now they're having a discussion because Coach Buggs does not think that that's correct. He thinks his team should have the basketball.
I'm sure the refs are going to know who had possession last.
And you go back to the official score there.
Yep.
And they say it is Hammond. Again, veteran crew, Andy Simpson, Steve Tyler, Kevin Mikesell, all guys who have worked state finals in their careers. And Abram. Young almost turned it over. Look at that. To get away from the double team. He can handle it.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, though. You don't want to take that right into the middle of the zone.
Trying to run some time here. And be smart and have some good possessions. Young, no foul. Peterson might have got away with it. Chance in transition. And Woods comes off with a miss. Young, that's really deep. Washington able to tip it to himself.
Hammond actually had numbers last possession.
Westside just turning it over at will almost. Peterson travels. And if he didn't get called for the travel, it might have been an offensive foul. Even if he didn't take that last step.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say after that. Harris looked like he was in good position.
Jimmy Washington back into the Cougars. Timeout.
9-point advantage, 5 minutes left. Hammond with that lead, and they take the timeout.
Come out to Napleton's River Oaks Honda.
Thank you for watching on WJOB. We're on smart TVs now, Amazon, Apple, and Roku, all over the nation, all over the world. But right now it's 36 all.
Taking down Christian Academy.
Farmer with the layup, and the place goes crazy as the fans, the crowd, everyone leaping into the air as the senior Scott Farmer gets a basket.
Yeah, he seems to be a fan favorite. The place erupted when he checked into the game in the third quarter. Nice to see him be able to get a basket down low.
Scott Farmer, the senior center, 6'5". It's a couple of points here tonight, and he gets the inbound pass. He'll send it back on over to Katona as the clock winds to 2 minutes left here in the fourth. As it's Yergi on the far side on the wing, and he gets bumped by Mantis. And so with the clock right at 2:02.
Yeah, full court pressure applied there by Lowell. A little run and jump action, and Mantis just gets called for a little reach there over on the wing.
And so it'll be Yergi who will shoot it from the line. Free throw attempt up, no good. Rebound pulled in by Mantis as he'll bring it up across half court. Back out it goes to Igris. Cross to Hudak. And now Hudak drives in, and he'll lay it up off the glass, and it falls in.
Way to stay with it by Hudak. Lost control of the ball, able to go down, get it, and finish the play.
So in the first half, Adam Edwards really did most of the scoring, but here in the second half, it's really been all Hudak and Mantis, but it just hasn't quite been enough as Lowell trails by 20 with a minute and a half left here on the clock. 53-33 is the score. Down low, Lovett. Farmer with the rebound and the putback. How about that? Scott Farmer with another bucket, and he's got 4. And now a timeout called by Joe Delgado.
Out of bounds here. It's going to stay with Westside. Harold Woods was trying to fight off 2 Cougars. So it's going to be an inbounds underneath here for Westside.
Peterson tries for 3, and nothing falling for Westside but to keep the ball. Just can't figure it out offensively.
No, and they really haven't been able to hit from deep either.
Peterson starting to force some shots now. You saw early in this game he was getting to the rim, but not since then. Roberson waits for Stiles to fly by. Williams had it for a moment. And a jump ball to call. This one definitely back to Westside after the conversation last time.
Williams on the offensive rebound brought that one below the waist, and that allows a lot of hands to start digging in and poking at the ball.
Still time for Westside to get back in it. Over 4 minutes, but doesn't look like it's going to happen the way they're moving now. They really need this guy, Peterson, to get going. Roberson. Another loose ball. And a timeout by Hammond. Stiles, the guy who got it with the TO. 40-31 Wildcats.
Now back come the Mustangs as Katona across half court. Minute left here in the game now, as it's looking like the inevitable will be that Munster will come out of here with a sectional championship, and they will move on to play Northridge as Katona's free throw attempt rattles out. And so now Mantis will check out, and that'll allow for Chavez to check back in.
Coach Hackett has been here before. 5 sectional championships he has won in his 19 years in Munster, including 2 regionals. So he's going to look to add to that total next weekend.
As the clock winds under a minute, and now the ball will be worked around by the Red Devils for a moment. Casey Bird will get it back out to Tyson Chavez. Bouncer on over to Porch. Back out, it goes to Bird. Now Bird driving, dishing. He gets run over by a teammate, and now Chavez finally collects it back in. Casey Bird to Chavez. Now down low, the pass into Hughes check. Now from way downtown, Bird's three-pointer. That one's off. Rebound. The Mustangs in transition, driving. It's Greg Charles, but his layup's no good. And now back comes the Red Devils as it's Chavez into the corner, three-pointer for Porch. That one a little bit too strong, but Lovett touched it. And so with that now, 8.4 seconds.
Not to shy away there from the 6'7" Washington. He got up pretty high to finish that one off the glass.
Need some buckets and some easy ones. There's a rare one for Washington. Good look that time by Roberson.
That lay-in gave him 10 points on the night.
Hammond's done a great job handling the pressure. Look totally in control. Nobody's moving too fast. Harris. That's contact and a whistle.
You saw earlier in the second half, he blew out a tire and that led to a turnover. This time, though, he was fouled.
That foul's on Nathan Irby. 5 now on the team's second against the senior guard. Tough catch for Young. Good play by Abram.
A little bit of a no-look pass there from Abram.
Almost a steal. And again, Young gets it back. Even when they look a little shaky, Hammond High handling it. Like there. Woods was to the rescue of Young. Abram splits it. That should be a block. I thought it might be a charge, but the defender did slide in late. And the question now will be, was Harris shooting or on the floor? Looks like the signal is on the floor.
Abram, again, doing a good job being strong with the ball. Stepped through against the double team to get past the three-point line and took it into the paint.
Three personal fouls against Perryon Roberson. 6 fouls now against the West Side Cougars. So the next one will put Hammond high in the bonus. And with the lead, they could start icing it away with some free throws. They look for the trap. And a ball off of West Side last.
Sam, we did see Hammond against Griffith. They were up by as much as 20. And late, they started missing some free throws and allowed Griffith to get back into the game.
Yeah, Griffith started hitting some crazy threes, too. That helped a bit. Crazy bounce there. Hammond, right now, everything breaking their way as they keep the basketball.
Yeah, it seems like even sometimes when the ball might not go their way and it's going to be a turnover, it somehow gets back into their hands.
Abram couldn't break the 2 defenders that time. Williams basically took that ball away from Washington, and Westside forced to use a timeout. Hammond High still leading by 9 with 2:52 to play.
Scoreboard Restaurant is a family-friendly restaurant.
They've had a good job this week officiating. Yes, there were some questionable calls in that Andrea and Bichinol game, but as the week has gone on, they have really done a fantastic job keeping these games on track and well done by the officiating crew. You know, you hear more about the negativity and some missed calls. It's human. It's a human error that's from time to time that takes place that sets somebody back, you know, in that loss department. But these officials that we've had all week have done a fantastic job.
Good solid crew here by Lake Station, Edison, providing, you know, the event.
West Side basketball off for this timeout. They've had to use another. By my count, I think they might only have one left, even if that, with 2:52 left. And they're down 9 points.
Yeah, there's been 2 or 3 times where West Side's used the timeout during a scrum to try and keep possession, so they're really going to have to be careful here and make sure they execute everything well. Late in the 4th quarter, trailing by 11 points.
A few score updates. Bowman right now leading Andrean 40-38. That game in the middle stages of the 3rd quarter. Still a lot left in that one. In the corner, Roberson, big 3, and it won't fall. And a whistle, and that's going to put Hammond officially into the bonus now.
It's the one thing I knew Hammond had an advantage in, 3-point shooting, and although they haven't really capitalized on it, Westside has struggled here from the entire night from the 3-point line. They've only made 2, and they've gotten a lot of really good looks.
That foul called against Paris Roberson, his first. And as I said, that was the 7th and puts him into the bonus. Big free throws here for a guy who was pretty good from the stripe, Harris. And he takes advantage of the opportunity.
For that free throw, had 3 points to his name.
It's been a struggle for Westside offensively in this half. They only scored 12 points. Harris makes it 11 on the advantage. And right now it's basically starting to become do or die. Westside's got to get some buckets and they need them quick. Roberson trying to make that happen. Tough shot.
They really needed that to go, and again, not bad defense from Hammond.
I don't know if Peterson was trying to foul Young. Almost worked out, though. Abrams trapped, and this is a foul.
The guards for Westside on the top end of this zone, they've been very active trying to poke away the ball, and they've been successful a few times. I'd say for the most part, though, Hammond's been able to handle it.
That's the 4th foul now on Perryon Roberson. So watch that. Still a 1-on-1 chance. And the front end extremely crucial for Hammond High, and Abram gives Westside some life. Peterson, Paris Roberson, he had the last bucket, and he's got a couple of tough mid-range shots.
Yeah, that one from about the same exact spot.
Styles in the middle. Young now ready to pull it out.
A smart move to pull that one out and waste some more clock.
Woods. And Roberson just fouled out of the game as he came through the arm of Jamar Styles. That's his 5th. And if Westside's going to come back, they're going to have to do without the sophomore.
And he's been pretty aggressive here in the second half. A lot of the times it's worked out for him, but we've seen here late, he's just been over-aggressive on the defensive end.
And so the substitution for Roberson is Nathan Irby. And all Roberson can do now is hope that his season didn't come to an end with 1:53 left in the sectional championship. He's going to have to hope his teammates bail him out and get him to the regional. 1-1 for Styles. Abram missed the front end last time. Can Styles hit himself here? Answer's no. West side, can they take advantage again? It's been Paris Roberson who's done it the last couple of times. See if Peterson, you almost feel like they need a 3 maybe in this. Peterson down the lane.
He's a little stutter step there to throw off the defense.
All of a sudden a 5-point game. That's contact, and that is a foul as well. And that one's on Dominique Williams. And Young's the guy to the stripe now.
These last few trips, they've been important for Hammond. Haven't really been able to capitalize, and now with only a 5-point lead, they've really got to knock these down.
Young this year a 72% free throw shooter, and he has 2 now. Wildcats have gotten into the double bonus. These are still big ones. And they just can't hit the free throws right now.
Yeah, he's yet to knock down a free throw. He's been there a couple times tonight.
And I'll tell you what, you could see the body language. Young tightening up just a bit maybe. As with each miss, becomes that much more important. Still a 5-point game with 90 seconds left. Westside's been given a lifeline here. Peterson taking some valuable time. Looking for some help. Roberson might have traveled. Peterson, Washington on the board. And Roberson grabs it. But he was fouled before the shot. This is on the floor. And it'll be Westside ball out of bounds. Thought for a moment that might have been in the act of shooting. And we might see an and one chance.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Roberson. Realized when he grabbed the rebound there was some contact and immediately went up with it.
That's 3 fouls on Ron Harris. Hammond High has not fouled at all in this half. Still a couple fouls to give. Good inbounds play, and there's a foul. As Woods got caught trailing the play from Williams. And the second on Woods will put Dominique Williams to the charity stripe.
Woods has been pretty successful blocking shots tonight. He's got 3 blocks to his name. That time was just out of position and got there late.
And Roberson helped set that up. And big free throws now for Williams. He can bring it to a 1-possession game if he makes the second one.
You think about it, Hammond's been to the line 3 times and have came up empty.
Completely. 4 free throws in that opportunity. Williams missed the second, so it's a 4-point game. And Westside either needs a steal, they'll have to foul here eventually as Hammond tries to waste some time. Abram saved it to Woods. Woods smartly backs it out. Styles to the corner for Harris, and he says, let's slow it down, but he traveled. Oh, my.
Yeah, I don't think that was smart there by Harris. You saw Abram right next to him. I think you should have passed it over to Abram so they could pull that out. Instead, he stayed in the corner, and that allowed the double team to come, and he really had nowhere to go.
Coach Larry Moore Jr. just basically begging his guards to slow it down. He looked over at a couple of guys and said, hey, we get it back. We got to take it at our pace. Big possession for Westside. They're down 4 under a minute. Roberson spinning, just threw it up, tipped all over the place, and Hammond High's got it. And that may be the defining play right there.
Saw a few possessions before that. Roberson was able to get inside the mid-range, throw up some tough shots. That time the defense was just too good to get a good look at the basket.
Roberson, just a sophomore. And Coach Buggs and the staff, a couple of guys had their hands on their heads, basically in disbelief that that was the shot attempt that Paris Roberson tried to take. Young can almost seal it with a couple of free throws. He is struggling from the line, missed his last 3 attempts, and he knows it.
Yeah, we see him this time step away from the free throw line, take a few steps, try and gather himself.
Woods trying to calm down the senior leader. And he makes that one. 40 seconds left, 5-point game. Westside's got to have a tempo. Peterson right now just walking it up like they're the guys in front, and the coaching staff saying, let's go. Peterson working it past everybody, and that's a whistle, and the folks from Hammond in complete disbelief on the foul by Reggie Abram.
Jumping up and down, and it looked like Woods kind of poked that one away, but must have been some contact.
And we'll see right here. They called it on Abram. He was the guy who came through, and you can judge for yourself. Next foul will put Westside in the bonus. Roberson, this is huge. And he missed everything.
Nothing.
Abram, it's a race. Williams from behind couldn't track him down. And Hammond is getting closer to being in the sectional championship. And now Westside turns it over, and they're getting closer, I should say, to being sectional champions.
They've shown they've been here before in the winning minutes. They made the winning plays and really took advantage. And now they pretty much sealed this one up.
7-point lead with 20 seconds left. And Westside will try and collect themselves with a timeout. We'll take 1-2, 47-40. Hammond High 20 seconds away from the
Scoreboard Restaurant is a family-friendly.
.20 seconds left, 47-40 Hammond. And Westside had a chance here. Roberson the missed 3. And it came right to Abram, who we know has wheels. He beats Williams all the way down for the buckets. And then right after that, it was Peterson who lost it off his hands. And Hammond High's got the ball. They've got a 7-point lead. And at this point, it would take a miracle and a lot of missed free throws for Westside to have a chance.
And Reggie Abram, he's been the difference maker on the offensive end for the Wildcats. He's got 11 points here in the second half alone.
Abram comes to get the ball, and he's the guy that Westside has to foul.
The biggest part about Abram's game is back in the third quarter when Westside really wasn't scoring, it was Abram taking advantage. He had 7 points in the third quarter alone.
It's third foul on Paris Roberson. Abram, as Hammond starts to ice this one away if they haven't already.
This will be back-to-back sectional titles here for Hammond. It's the first time they've done that since the mid-90s.
Westside will try some desperation. Look at the hands from Abram. To the basket.
He's been so good in transition. And now it's time for Hammond to celebrate.
Wildcats are sectional champions back-to-back years as they win this game by 10. And the folks from Hammond storm the floor. They are the 3A sectional champions.